Welcome, Scorpio, to your October 2021 reading. Thanks so much for tuning in. Happy birthday to all you Scorpios born at the end of October, and happy Halloween as well. It's an exciting month for all of you that follow Halloween. Now, Scorpio, if this is the first time you have tuned into my channel, I offer free mini readings for all new subscribers. So if you've got a question about this particular reading or something that this reading doesn't cover for you, just click that subscribe button and ask your question in the comments below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Now, this month is looking like quite interesting for you, Scorpio. Now, I love to look at synchronicities, and you have a few synchronicities here. You've got 2 2s and 2 8s. Now, I'm not a numerologist, but I do love numbers and I love to look at these kind of things. And when you get multiple 2s in a reading, this can often indicate friendships or romantic relationships or any type of partnership between 2 or more people. That's what quite a few 2s are indicating. So I feel like there could be some work that you are doing with other people on a one-to-one or maybe one to a few basis here. Now, this also is I feel like you could be, you've got the 2 of, I'm going to go into these in a little bit more detail, but the 2 of Cups is kind of very much a love card, and the 2 of Pentacles is very much a choice card. This can be to do with your money, your finances, your career, but multiple 2s in a reading really reveal a decision, a choice on various fronts, particularly because you've got 2 suits here, the Pentacles and the Cups. But it also does talk about needing to work with other people towards a goal that you might have. But the 2 of Pentacles, you do start out with that energy of the 2, and this can sometimes talk about you trying to do a little bit too much. Now, this is often you trying to juggle many things at once and juggling your priorities, and this can be a little bit difficult, but it's a great card because it's a card saying that you're going to be successful at doing this, and but be careful that you aren't taking on too much here, because it can be stressful. Now, another thing I noticed about your reading, Scorpio, is you've got 4 out of the 8 tarot are swords. And swords are a lot of mental worry and a lot of stress here. So just be careful that you aren't taking on too much. Now, the 2 of Pentacles, that can be somebody who's taking on multiple jobs, who's trying to do a lot of things. It can also be that person that is, holding down 2 careers. But just loading yourself up with a lot of stuff. But this often does, as I mentioned, with multiple 2s, indicate a choice. And this can be something to do with your career, and also something to do with your finances or your money. So you might be needing to make a decision about where you want to invest money, how you want to spend your money. If you get it, what do you want to do with it? It's this kind of energy around that too. And this is often a card about juggling things, if you are in that position of having to juggle a lot of things and it's creating a little bit of stress, take a playful approach to it. And that way it's going to make things a lot easier, and a lot more fun as well. Now you've got the Eight of Swords. Now, Scorpio, I feel like you get the Eight of Swords a lot. Now you've got two eights here. You've got the Eight of Swords and the Eight of Wands. Again, another little synchronicity here that I like to look at. And when you get multiple eights, this does talk about great progress. You are progressing, you're getting things done. A lot of activity again in your life. So this is kind of mirrored in that message of the Two of Pentacles there. But you are going to accomplish what you want to get done. And this is all because of you putting in the effort. And it's also because, it's also saying anything that you put your mind to is possible as long as you keep that positive mindset. Eights are the power of great number, and they represent self-fulfilling prophecies. So if you've got optimistic ideas, things are going to come through for you optimistically. But however, if you think negatively or keep fears, then that you can manifest that as well. And it's interesting, you've got the Magician card there, which is the card of manifestation. So I'll go into that in a little bit, but keep those thoughts positive. And again, a lot of eights can often talk about a lot going on in your life, and it can keep you feeling a little bit stressed. And just in saying that, that Eight of Swords is one of those cards of feeling quite stressed, of feeling quite trapped. But the thing with the eight, in this particular deck, this is the Tarot of the Witches deck. These don't have the imagery on the Minor Arcana cards, but traditionally this would be somebody standing in a cage of swords with their hands tied and a blindfold on. But the blindfold is see-through, and the rope that's tying them, or the chain that is around their wrist, is not locked. It's not tied in a knot. And the swords, they're so wide spread around the figure in the card that the person can easily walk through. So I feel like, again, for some of you Scorpios, there are worries and troubles that you've got on your mind that are not going to eventuate. It's exactly on what I said. They're on your mind. It's not, it's almost like it's an illusion. This is what you've created, the feelings and the thoughts around you. So don't feel like you're stuck. You might be feeling trapped and like you're stuck, but it's not true, Scorpio. There is always a way to free yourself from any situation that you're not happy about. And you've really got to believe in yourself. The Eight of Swords, again, right above the Magician. So you have all the power you need here, Scorpio, to get yourself out of any situation. But you've really got to seek the truth when you get that Eight of Swords, and then take action. Look at it not from a place of fear or worry. Try and take a step back and look at it through different eyes. This can also this can also mean that a lot of you are feeling a little bit confused or are feeling a little bit helpless. So just, it's just a matter of looking at things from a different perspective here. And I feel this isn't going to last long for you, Scorpio. I think these worries are going to move on, because that you've got the Knight of Swords right beside it. And wow, this is whirlwind kind of energy. this is all knights are fast moving energy, but when you get the Knight of Swords, that is like things are shifting very, very quickly. And even though things seem like they might be moving slowly in your life, or you might be stuck and you're not moving at all, when this guy turns up, it's like stepping into that whirlwind. And it's a card also of taking action. So I feel like mentally, a lot of you are going to be changing and shifting the way you think about things. And you're going to be able to think through any issues or problems that you have quite successfully as well. So it's a great energy to have. Now also, because you've got 2 twos here, which does often talk about some decisions that you might be needing to make. When that Knight of Swords shows up, it's saying use your intellect to make any decisions. Don't make the decision based on your emotions or how you feel, because it's going to work out best if you think things through intellectually. Now, sometimes this energy can be so swift. It's like, I've got to make this decision quickly, you know, and you're sort of pressed for time, but it still is really important to think through all of your options before making a choice, and think things through before you get too far down the road and you can't turn back. It's that kind of energy with the Knight of Swords. But I think there will be some good decisions that you are, there is clarity there. You know, all swords, like I said, with thoughts and intellect and your mind. So there is a lot of clarity that the Knight of Swords does bring in on his white knight there, on his white horse, I should say. Now, the 8 of Wands, another 8 here. But the 8 of Wands is actually a card about your work and your career, perhaps, or something that you're very passionate about. And again, another, 8 of Wands, another kind of busy kind of energy. So I feel like October for Scorpios, you are going to be running around like crazy. It's going to be a lot of things to do, fast moving energy. Now, it's interesting, this card is right above the 2 of Cups, and the 8 of Wands often is read as the arrows of love. So for some of you, I feel like there could be a new love coming into your life in October. But I will go into that in a little bit when I do read that 2 of Cups. But this is really just feeling like you're going to be so busy in October. Lots of emails, lots of phone calls, lots of text messages, that kind of energy, a lot of things to do. And if you have been feeling quite quiet and things haven't been going on, that is definitely going to change for you in October. Now, this, I feel like you're going to be, it's not a negative energy. I feel like you're going to be happy to have a lot of things to keep you busy. And it might create a little bit of stress, but I'm not feeling like this is like stress where you are just bogged down with mental strain. It's kind of stress that comes from positive things that are around you. It's quite nice energy. And this could be, as I said, to do with your work. You might just be really busy at work, or you might have some creative projects that you are working on that are also keeping you quite busy as well. Now, the 7 of Swords. Now, this is probably one of the trickier cards in the deck, but it's sometimes a card that really asks us to think through our choices carefully. And it's interesting that it's right above the Two of Pentacles. You do have some choices here that are going to be coming up for you, Scorpio. But really, with the Seven, sometimes this can be making sure that you are keeping your integrity when making some choices. This can often be like, be careful for some of you. This can be someone working behind your back as well and stealing from you or taking something from you. And sometimes this can even be a loss of freedom for other people. So if you make the wrong choice, you're going to be arrested and put into jail. You know, not saying that any of you are going to be doing that, but it's this kind of energy. Just be careful. Keep your integrity whenever you are making some decisions or some choices that you need to make. Now, also, for most Scorpios, I feel like because this card is right beneath the Two of Pentacles, I feel like a lot of you have got this feeling of you being in limbo, and you're not getting to where it is you want to go. And this is kind of creating a bit of worry and stress here as well, because you know, the decision that you need to make is going to then set you free in a sense. It's going to get you out of this feeling of being in limbo or being stuck. Now, sometimes this card asks you to just review any plans that you have. You might not be on the right path that you're meant to be on. So just review those plans carefully. I am feeling this is so much linked with some decision that you are needing to make. But for a lot, this card is also saying any plans that you've got are fine, but it just could be a timing issue that needs to be adjusted here. You've got a great plan, but the timing of it might just need to be readjusted a little bit for it to work out successfully for you. That was so many messages coming through. I mean, obviously this is a general reading, Scorpio, so you take what resonates for you here. Now, the Magician. Now, I love the Magician in this deck. He's just so funny and cute, and that blue is so beautiful. But the Magician card is just beautiful energy, and this is you being in control of your life, and it's also you having everything that you need to be able to manifest what it is that you want. And you've got all the gifts, all the talent, all the wisdom, all the knowledge, all the tools that you need here. And you might feel like you are lacking something. It's right beneath that Eight of Swords. So it's like this is all in your mind, guys. You aren't lacking anything. You've got what you need to make a success, to make yourself a success, your plans a success, your career a success, your love a success. You've got it all. And if something is genuinely missing, when you get that Magician card, it's going to appear like magic for you. And I feel like this is going to help. You know, a lot of this does have to do with our thoughts and our minds as well, the Magician. And so if you are really clear about your path, this card is saying you can't procrastinate anymore. You can't put stuff off anymore. Magical things will happen, but you've got to take the first step here, Scorpio, because you've got everything you need. It's going to work out for you. I can assure you of that. That little Magician there is telling you everything is fine. Now, the Three of Swords, again, you know, you've got two of the harshest cards in the deck here, the Seven of Swords and the Three of Swords. But I think there's stuff here that counterbalances all of that. And that, for one, it's the Magician card. It's kind of in the center of them all of the swords. So this is a lot of worry and stress here. But I feel like the Three of Swords, sorry, my gosh, Mercury retrograde is really been playing with my tongue. Communication has not been good for me. But the Three of Swords really is a card of perhaps, it's talking about some experiences in your life that perhaps have filled you with some sadness. And it's almost like, you know, you might have suffered a loss, or you might still be haunted by some pain from the past. But the Three of Swords, I'm feeling like the message here, particularly because the Knight of Swords is right above it, is saying that all of this is going to be healing quite quickly in October for you. And don't, you know, just if you feel like this pain is lingering, don't be stressed and feel like, you know, you've got to be healed straight away. Take your time. Sorrow, the things that help to heal sorrow and heartache are essentially time and forgiveness. Forgiveness of other people, forgiveness of yourself. So really, it's when you get that Three of Swords, it's kind of saying there's also, this is a really important step to finding your happiness again, is being able to forgive and let a lot of the stuff that you've been hanging on to go. And I mean, as I said, it is above the Knight of Swords, so I feel like a lot of progress is going to be made in October for you. But, you know, as I said, there's nothing to rush here. Time heals all wounds, so just allow that to happen naturally. But you do have this energy saying it is time to at least make the first step to heal and forgive here. Now, your final tarot card is beautiful, beautiful energy. I love this card. This is that card of falling in love, and it is right below that Eight of Wands, which is often called the Arrows of the Heart card. And this really is that relationship where it's almost like if you have met someone and you are interested in them, this is feelings growing deeper between you and another, or this is like going on to that next level. There's like commitments being made here, and you're really becoming intertwined with someone on a deep emotional level. Now, this can also talk about, you know, someone that was a close friend who you've made a connection with, is going to sort of last a lifetime here for you. So if you're not interested in love or romance or anything like that, this can just be platonic relationships as well, where you are really connected with another person. They are someone, a soul that you just gel with, someone from the past perhaps, past lives even, I should specify. But again, you know, this is right beside that Three of Swords, and this is a card of forgiveness. So if there have been any disputes between you and a friend or a lover or a boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, whatever, this is really going to fade away when you get that Two of Cups. And, you know, if you are involved in a relationship, that I feel like don't give up, like, and you have had problems or troubles, this card is saying don't give up, because the situation can be resolved in a positive and mutually beneficial way for everyone involved here. But this really is that, that for some, I feel like this is a new relationship coming in. This is that twin soul kind of energy. You meet that person that your soul and your heart just really connects with. So it's wonderful, beautiful energy in that Two of Cups. Now, your final message from the Gateway Oracle cards is hearing messages from this from Spirit, and this is such a beautiful card. I love this deck. I always use this deck. Now, the affirmation for this card, which you need to say to yourself over and over in October, is I am a clear channel for messages from Spirit. Now, the meaning of this card is believe. Right now, your spirit guides, ancestors, and loved ones who have passed on are sending you messages, love, and healing. Have faith that you can discern these messages, and you will. You are a vibrational match for communication from these spiritual realms. And so now and in the days ahead, you will be even more aware of these loving messages that are flooding your soul. The universe wants you to know one of the secrets of the universe is the power of belief. If you are able to imagine and truly believe that something can happen, then miracles will abound. Look for signs. The feather that alights at your feet, the penny that mysteriously appears, or the rainbow splashed across the sky might be a sign that Spirit is trying to get your attention. Watch for signs in your dreams too, for messages from Spirit are often conveyed during the nocturnal hours. Messages are waiting for you. Listen to the whispers in the wind. I love that, Scorpio. And again, this message of believe that things can happen, and they will. This is, I feel like I'm saying to this to you all the time. Keep your thoughts positive, watch for signs, and believe that what you want is going to come to you. So I hope that resonated with you, Scorpio. Don't forget, take me up on my offer of that free mini reading if you are a new subby. And I hope to see you next month. Bye.